Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, today the League of Ordinary Gentlemen proudly bring to you the Fantasy Football 5
Minus one.
Introducing Balls to Wall Brian Roberts, Quick Wit, Slow Feet Ryan Robertson, Coach Jake Root, and JT the Commish.
Yay!
Okay, hey, appreciate it.
Had to
And-
hesitate, didn't you? We're all sitting in different positions.
It did mess me up. And Rance Diddy is not with us today.
For the first time, we've gone on the road.
There we are. So instead of producing our show at Jake's house, we're at Ryan's house.
Don't
So
tell him my address.
I don't know it, so I
Good.
can't tell him. All right.
Keep it that way.
How's everybody's Saturday been so far?
Fair to
Been
middle.
wonderful.
Oh, speaking German over there, huh?
Yeah, your language.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. So let's jump into our
We're not going down
matchup
that rabbit
recap of week 2 of our fantasy football season.
Guess we're not.
So last week, let's go ahead and click on week 2.
Click it.
Last week was a tough one. All right, let's just go ahead and jump.
Can you believe it's already week 3?
Yeah.
Season goes
It
by
does.
quick.
It is going by quick. I'm
Time
glad that we
flies when
have
it runs us.
an extra week this year
Yeah.
because I'm going to need it. All right, looking at our first matchup,
Okay.
it is Cult of Personality versus Jordan of Jordan's football team.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. So I was at Brian's house, or excuse me, I was at Brian's parents' house with Brian and Andrew, and I'm looking at my phone, trying to keep up what's going on. And I had a big lead. It's like 76%, like, I'm going to win. So I'm thinking, oh, okay. As long as nothing crazy happens.
Like a 28-3 Super Bowl situation going on.
Yeah, something like that. And I look, it says Derrick Henry, 61-yard touchdown. I said, oh, that hurts.
Hopefully that's a typo. Maybe it's just 16.
Yeah. Oh, that hurts. And so I go, about my business. Then I look, Tampa Bay, pick 6. I said, oh, that's not good.
Another one?
And
Look
another
again, about 5 minutes later, Tampa Bay, another pick 6.
Oh, they just sent the same notification twice.
That's what I thought at first. And I said, oh, this is really not good. At that point, it's like 50-50. And then Derrick Henry continues to do Derrick Henry stuff. And, well,
Put up 50 points.
yeah, gets into bonus territory.
King Henry doing King stuff. Huh?
Freaking goes off.
one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's the biggest takeaway I've got. Derrick Henry's really good, and so is Tom Brady in Tampa. Anybody got anything different?
No, we're all in agreement.
Dynamite there, buddy. I'm sorry. When your defense puts up 23, you're
Like
like,
your
at least-
defense.
At least I
Put
won
up
that
23.
matchup. At least I won that matchup. We're good.
Thought so?
You didn't even win that one.
I thought, when
And you
doing-
called it back doing good too.
my quarterback didn't go until later, after Brady.
Oh, the story continues.
After Brady.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so Mahomes had the night game against
That's
Baltimore.
right. Sunday night.
That's when you
game.
get out of the shower. You put on
And
the after break.
He had a chance to probably score a touchdown
He
at
did.
the end of the game, but old Clyde Edwards-Helaire said, he dropped the football.
Is it a date night?
But that would have been in favor of Jordan because Jordan had Edwards-Helaire going.
When you get
yeah,
out of
so
the
he,
shower,
he lost
put
that
on your after
fumble.
break.
Who
close
knows
the
who
deal.
could have scored right there? It
Every
could have been a
time.
Mahomes touchdown. Heck, it could have been a Mahomes touchdown to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So
No, he doesn't.
You never-
He doesn't score those.
Boy.
touchdowns.
I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire has like 3
Old
touchdowns.
Clyde can't go home right now, can he?
Wow.
Bluey.
Daggum Bluey.
He could probably still go home.
It's where the heart is.
Oh.
Sure.
Jordan had a good week, though.
Yeah.
What
Between Brady and Henry put up a huge amount, and then Tampa with 25. The rest of his team,
He
his
got
receivers produced.
all of his wide receivers were between 12 and 14, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
If you want to look at a silver
Didn't have
line,
any duds there. Besides
Yeah.
if you
Clyde.
want to look at a silver line,
Give me a silver line.
Silver line that
he
playbook.
puts up roughly 50 on one guy,
Mhm.
roughly 40 with another,
Mhm.
and you still only lost by 10.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not mad about my team. It's just, golly. Sucks when
They
you
don't
score.
ask how. They ask how many.
Yeah, I scored 143, lost to Ryan week 1, scored 160. 160, you're thinking, man, I won that matchup.
You've been the second highest scoring person in the league, I think, both weeks.
He's
Yeah.
had,
Yeah. Thank you.
he would have beat anyone else in the league by 30 points.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes.
Jordan would have beat anybody else in the league by 40.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same.
Looking at our benches,
Dim hoes eyes.
Jordan's got a decent bench. I don't. I just had Tony Pollard, but I wasn't going to start Tony Pollard, so it didn't really matter. Jordan goes to 1-1 on the season. JT of Colts Personality falls to 8th with an 0-2 record.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our next matchup. I knew you were going to talk about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Our next one on the ledger is Ryan v. Andrew. All right, so this is a close one. It was an original projection of 134 to 138. Neither team met their projection, but Ryan pulled it out with a 120 to 115 victory.
Zip it up.
And
Zip it
Out.
Zippity doo.
Ryan, this ended up being a pretty close game on Monday night.
Yeah, yep. Should not have been that close. I was up, I think, 45 or 46. I felt like going into Sunday night, and then Hollywood Brown just decided to have a really good game.
He's played well.
He's
I
had
heard
two
me
big
talk
games.
about him.
Wasn't happy about that one.
He's gone 16 and 20.
And then Tyreek in that same game was getting double covered the entire
Yeah,
time.
the entire game.
So it was just straight Travis Kelce and McCole Hardman were getting all the targets,
And I was not upset.
which I was not happy about. So
Dude, Travis.
So going
we'll talk about
into Sunday night, I was like, all right, Tyreek's going to outscore Hollywood, and I'm going to be up by like 50 or 60, which I think I said on the podcast. Aaron Rodgers playing on Monday night. I would like to have at least that kind of cushion.
it. Right.
And then I got home Monday night and I looked, and Rodgers had 3 touchdowns, and they were driving down. And if it wasn't for, I think, a golf turnover and then another touchdown for Green Bay, they probably would have still thrown the ball. Rodgers, all he had to do was throw another touchdown, and he'd have beat me. And Rodgers threw a bomb on 3rd and like 8 or 9 when they were up by 18 or so,
Mhm.
and just barely overthrew the guy. And if he would have put it on him as a walk-in touchdown, I was not happy about that either.
Would you rather be up and have to watch the Monday night game hoping that something doesn't happen? Or would you rather be down watching your guy hoping he puts up big points to win it for you? What position would you rather be?
I like being up just because I can root against the person or,
Put bad juju on him?
yes, literally.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't.
Smith-Schuster.
Where's the literally?
Smith-Schuster.
Juju?
Yeah.
No matter
I'll
what
put juju
position,
on him.
what team? You want Juju to guard him?
Maybe.
He's a wide
So you would
receiver.
rather be up.
I'd rather be up.
Okay. Brian, what
I
would
think
you-
I'd rather be down, but within like 10 points, because it's like,
It's
hey,
not really down.
if you don't have the 10
Okay,
points,
technically
you lost.
you're not.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
All right, so in this situation,
In this situation,
so
I would
you
have rather been me.
You'd rather been you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would rather been Ryan
Yes.
in
Yeah.
this position.
I think everybody would.
Just as in, like, okay, so
I mean, like what he's saying, if Rodgers gets the ball back, if hadn't have been a turnover, like I'm thinking, oh my God, he's got to hit Adams for one more big play, and it's a touchdown.
so Rodgers needed 40 to win.
Yeah.
Would you rather be up 40, hoping Rodgers just,
Doesn't do it.
or would you rather be?
I mean,
obviously,
if you're the underdog there, the victory is so much sweeter.
And if you're
Like,
the
they're
underdog, you go
41.
in, you
They're
go out of
41.
Sunday night, you're like, all right, I already lost this week. You just don't even watch the Monday night game. You wake up Tuesday, figured out that guy got 41. You're on top of the
I've
world.
talked about it a million times. I had the Vic night, Monday Night Football
That's true.
against
That's true.
Washington.
Obviously, it
You did go to
depends.
that kennel.
It was
Yeah.
great, but I mean, you lose all hope,
Yeah,
and you don't want to get hope built up.
yeah. Because
If
you
you've
get
already
so
accepted
close, and then
defeat, yeah,
oh,
You know, hope floats, though. Wrong.
shit, big old girl,
What did you
Actually,
say?
hope stinks.
huh? No, she
No. Oh, okay.
I don't know if there's a worse feeling though than feeling
hope.
like you've locked it up and then someone
Yeah.
goes
steals it from you.
like I feel like last year
Is that you and
the
Roach?
Lamar Jackson game where he went to go
Oh yeah.
locker room and I'm like, thank gosh, like he had been going off. I'm gonna
And
win
the
this.
doo doo.
And then next thing you know, he comes out, throws a 40-yard touchdown, and I lose by like 2 points. And I'm like, what the?
Yeah, it's a bad feeling to lose, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
What?
Yeah, you know what?
I don't like it at all. Yeah. From here on out.
I think it's also bad if you have a stud going and it's the final game. You're down like 8, and you're
Right.
like,
You can
like
take
I
it.
got McCaffrey going. He's gonna get me 20. Like I feel good
Oh.
about it. And then like an injury or they just don't get it. I've
Yeah,
been in the other
that's-
situation
that's
where
tough.
I needed Stephon Diggs to get one catch. Could have been negative yards. He just needed to get a catch, and I win. And he
Didn't even
touch.
get a target.
Didn't even get a target.
It's tough, man. That's freaking fantasy football for
I
you.
never drafted him since.
Let's
year.
see.
Yeah, it's not like it was a good decision.
yeah, true. You should have drafted it. So Andrew goes to 1-1, and Ryan to 2-0, and in first place.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out matchup 3 from last
Status
week.
quo.
Our third matchup is Scorp v. Broach.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
It'll
good
be a matchup of the week, I think.
That was a good one.
So
Oh,
yeah,
it's a good one.
the original projection was 142 to 134 in favor of Scorp. Neither team met the projection, but Scorp ended up edging out Broach by 1.7,
Less than 2.
less than 2. Dak probably being the biggest disappointment for Scorp.
I told y'all that D was locked down, son.
They played him well.
They
They
did.
played him
Good
well.
point.
It's because they gave up almost 200 yards on the ground, but you know,
Played
whatever.
Dak well. Yeah, played Dak well.
They went in with a game plan, and it was not to let Dak beat them.
Hey, he didn't.
Yeah, the rest of Scorp's team, besides Dallas Goddard, all of them scored at least 12. So pretty consistent all the way across the board. Mike Evans with a big game with 2 touchdowns. Going to Broach's team. So Broach was like our favorite to win it in our preseason predictions.
Yep.
Broach now falls to 0-2.
Yep.
We're not panicking yet. It is not time to hit the panic button. Stay the course.
So
Not
Broach
panic.
has had a couple underperformers.
Kamara sucked.
Kamara had 16 in week 1, 5 in week 2. They didn't look good at all against Carolina. Carolina's
Winston
defense,
going to Winston.
Carolina's defense. I mean, granted, you've got Houston and the Jets thrown in there, but
Houston,
still,
the Jets, and Jameis Winston. That's
They've
that's
done
not
some
murderer's
favorable
row.
schedule.
It's not, but I mean, they did beat the crap out of He did put 5 touchdowns up on Green Bay.
You can't take
Green
that
Bay's
away.
defense isn't elite. I know
Jameis is
that.
pretty famous for being.
But what the Panthers have
Superstar.
done right
Cold.
now is
Yeah.
stuff that hasn't been done. I think they said since 1908.
The biggest thing with the Carolina defense, because I know most of us in here watch them pretty consistently, is the edge rush. Like, I think that's why Kamara even had a bad game. It's the D line, Derek Brown having pressure in the middle, and Reddick and Burns coming off the edge. It's really kind of changed the dynamic of the defense.
Yeah, they're getting to the quarterback too.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting constant pressure all the way.
That's
across.
what it was Thursday night. Like they were constantly hitting.
Mills.
Mills. David.
Yeah, Davis.
Davis.
Stanford quarterback.
David or Davis?
Davis.
Davis. Okay. Davis Mills. They just kept hitting.
Mike,
Whole entire
Mike
game.
Glennon 2.0. Have you seen that guy's neck? So long when I
Not
was-
lately.
But you have seen it. We're not saying that.
It's
grown.
gotten, it's gotten larger. That's my question.
I was at the food line. I said,
Yeah.
look at that giraffe.
Wasn't like
Oh,
that.
Toys R Us was closed.
This
but
kid's
apparently
going
not.
places.
He can see the future.
Robert Woods, I would say, is also one of his underperformers just in the 2 weeks. He's got 10 and 9, which is not bad, but I called Robert Woods as being my bold prediction. So
I don't think he's going to lead the NFL in catches the way we're going.
No, right now he's got
So far.
8.
Yeah, but
So
everybody
He left
just
some points
lost
on
it
the
over the
bench.
Greg Olson prediction.
well, what did their benches look like?
Michael Pittman,
They ugly.
16.3.
Him and Ruggs and Harris
Yeah.
did pretty well.
Yeah, they did. Ruggs was never in the conversation to start, but Harris might have been.
Pittman should
And
have
Pittman,
Who do you bench, though, out of his wide receivers?
yeah. I mean, who do you bench?
Who would have
You-
thought
who-
Ruggs
who
would
do
put
you
up
really bench?
113 on Pittsburgh?
The only one he would have actually benched is Harris for Montgomery, maybe.
Yeah, but that's
That's a win, though.
Montgomery looked really good the week before, so I've
He did.
probably done the
Yeah.
same
As
lineup.
Cam Newton once said, hindsight's 50-50.
it is,
Mhm.
and he's an idiot. Back to you, Bob.
Okay.
And Scorp basically set the optimal lineup because his bench sucked.
Yeah, not much coming from his bench.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
So that
It's
takes
not the same anymore.
that takes Broach to 0-2. Broach is currently in 10th. While Scorp goes to 1-1 and in 5th.
So only looking up, Broach.
So for our 4th matchup, we have Brian, victim of the system, versus Michael of Heinz 57 Sauce.
House. Hot sauce.
So this ended up being our biggest blowout of the week. with
Biggest
a
blow.
16.6 deficit for Michael. Michael's original projection was 127, came up short at 98. Brian's original projection 130, came up short at 114, but with the victory.
No, also.
Also,
Indeed.
nah, it wouldn't be also.
In addition to,
Dude,
course.
Travis Kelce had a amazing run after catch on Sunday night.
I feel like he like pulled himself down, or they were not allowed to tackle him because it's like just weaving through
ran
it.
like,
was,
he ran like
dude.
they do in a video game.
He really
Put the
did.
joystick to the left, and he just wide left.
And they were playing
He
two-hand
wasn't
touch. They just
shifting.
kept tapping him on the side, like, "Oh, he's down! He's down! I got his flag! I got his flag!" Like, what are y'all doing?
It was something, man. I was
It
me and
pissed
Brian
me
were-
off.
Me and Brian played Call of Duty, and I got the game on and I think I'd already died probably. And I'm watching it, and I said, "Oh my God, Travis Kelce just had a crazy run after catch."
So mad.
Yeah, dude, he took it 46-yard touchdown, and 40 of it was him catching and weaving through Baltimore.
He ran like
didn't
98
jump.
yards worth.
No spin move. It was just he lazily moved to the left.
Dude, it was
He
This guy's
did,
got some
he
moves.
did list lazily to the left.
It was freaking great, man. What a play. That was your second highest score, Brian. Josh Allen being your highest scorer. No, I'm
Buffalo.
Look at that
Buffalo.
defense, dog.
We forget about defenses.
You know who
It
else
was a
forgot?
big defensive week.
You know who forgot about
It
offense?
was.
That's a big
That Miami Dolphins. As soon as Tua went out, they forgot how to play offense.
Tua went on IR today.
Yeah.
So I didn't see for how long. I mean,
We'll
I
get,
know
we'll
it's
get
at
to
least
that.
minimum
We'll
of
get to
three.
that.
We'll get to it. I don't think anybody owns Tua. So
Exactly. Progression.
it might not.
Who's got the gas man?
Rams Diddy has Gaskin.
We'll talk about that.
The gas.
Looking at
Ryan just got gassed himself.
you all right?
We lost
Sorry.
him.
Uh-oh. So looking at Michael's squad, Michael was just had some underperformers.
You good?
He get you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're next.
Uh-oh. So Michael had a couple.
This is where you turn the volume down and don't
Okay,
let your
stop
kids hear.
poking me.
Sorry about that.
So Michael had a couple decent games from Devontae Adams, from Calvin Ridley, from Chris Carson, from Denver's D, from Jalen Hurts. They were all right around their projection, but he missed on several.
He had like 90% of his lineup go single digits. That's not going to do it.
So, I mean, obviously,
80%, whatever.
I give terrible fantasy advice, so never listen to me because I was talking about how Jalen Hurts was a better player than Lamar Jackson.
Yep. That'll.
I mean, 21's not a bad.
32.
It
That's
wouldn't
not
have
a
won the
bad
game, but it would have been close.
Rondale Moore had a really good game on the bench.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Rondale Moore.
Apparently, he's that guy this year.
I think
Might be.
he's going to take the number two wide receiver
Was he
out
out
there.
of
in Arizona.
Vanderbilt? No.
You're
Yes.
asking the wrong
Maybe.
guy.
Don't know.
I can't remember if he's from Vanderbilt. Boy,
He's
that's a
playing
hidden
well.
gem.
I know a lot of competing podcasts talk about him. But
Nobody
that's-
can compete with us.
I agree, but they're
Vanderbilt
real
or
big
Purdue?
about him.
Often
I think
imitated,
Purdue. It's gotta be
never
Purdue.
duplicated.
It ain't gonna be Vanderbilt.
Haters.
Purdue.
Purdue.
Boilermaker.
I had the color scheme right.
For Brian, you didn't really leave anything on the bench, so you did start an optimal lineup outside of Jarvis
Landry.
Landry.
Who went IR? When did he go out in that game?
Who, Jarvis?
Yeah.
It's JT's fault I put him in and made
Second
it into
quarter,
the
maybe?
second quarter, yeah.
It's not my fault. I haven't thought about.
Who are you
I
going to
haven't
put
that
in?
about.
I was sitting there. I was
Claypool,
at
I think,
Rhodey's
was
on
the one he
Sunday.
had.
It was like 12:45. I said, you know what? Screw it. I'll put him in.
Claypool was who you had, right?
Yeah.
He outscored Curtis Samuel.
That's true.
Yeah, he did.
Good
So
point.
there's that.
That should make you feel good.
Yeah. Whatever.
And then Jamal Williams. I mean, dude, that was pretty much a game in which Jamal Williams probably could have racked up some more points just because they were chasing towards the end. But they were like pretty competitive the first half.
Yeah, him and Swift didn't do a whole lot in the second half. Most of that was in the first. I was fine with him in the first. In the second half.
DeAndre Swift made some nice catches.
He did.
And then he did the hurdle. over
Detroit
a
needs a line. Detroit gets my line, they'll be a lot better.
I thought they were the Lions.
No, that's the Lions, not the Lions.
Got him.
I'm not that kind of, guy who's sitting. Look at the.
They
Let's
need
talk
that-
about Detroit Lions. I'm gonna be that guy because you got
I got
right out
you.
there.
Moving on, Brian.
So Brian goes to 2-0, and Michael goes to 1-1.
Watching you.
Then last week, our matchup of the week was Jake v. Reitmeyer, also in a very close matchup. So our original projection for Jake was 129, scored 128, so right at his projection.
Good job.
Original projection for Reitmeyer was 134, ended up 125, just a little
Not
bit
as
short.
good of a job.
All right, so Aaron Jones ended up being a really good play for Reitmeyer.
Yep. Told you not to
And-
draft him. I told you he was mine, you jerk.
Almost brought
Enjoy.
him back from the depths.
Him and Lockett. Lockett was a 4.
Hot
That whole shootout with King Henry.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Tennessee. I'm gonna just say King Henry.
Yeah, he did it.
Well,
all
it
by
was like Lockett put up some really big numbers last week. I said, oh, well, there's this stat that says that every time Tyler Lockett has a 100-yard game, he bounces back with a subpar game.
Yep.
And then he puts up 178, gets into bonus point territory.
Yep.
So that stat isn't any good.
But DK this week.
He's the number 2 receiver in fantasy football right now.
Number 2,
Who's number
behind
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper
Right
Kupp.
on the other side.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. Go for Jake, 163, 2 touchdowns. Let's see. Kupp outscored Lockett by a little less than 5, so that's the difference maker right there.
And then defense. That was something else.
How you feel about A.J. Brown after 2
He had
years?
4 big drops, and when they were there, they could have been big plays. It's a little disappointing, but I do know what he's capable of. I had him last year. I think he's a big play waiting to happen. I think the offense is still kind of sputtering a little bit. Even the first half of that game was absolutely horrible.
New offensive coordinator. Still getting
yeah.
used to
Yeah,
it.
they got to try and get a feel, and you got Julio there now too.
It was a big win. It was a big comeback win. I personally like Derrick Henry getting it going, even though it could hurt me later on when I have to face him in a matchup. But it opens up more for the passing game.
It helps the
Yeah,
offense. 100%.
you got to be balanced, especially if you're not like a Kansas City offense where it's kind of routinely built. But I think that's what's made Kansas City more competitive than winning is when they get the running game established.
Yeah.
I think his point should have been much higher. Like I said, he had 4 in his hand drops that were pretty big. Taylor might have been the biggest disappointing
Bless
one, but they played from behind a lot in that game. They were throwing the ball a lot until Wentz got hurt. I'm hoping Jonathan Taylor will eventually figure it out. I would be
He has
more
some
scared
range.
if it was.
Their offensive line hasn't
Yeah,
looked as good.
that's
this
what they're supposed to. They were like, man, we can't wait to see what Wentz can do with this great offensive line because they were supposed to have a great offensive line. I guess the only thing that makes me feel a little bit better, it's not like Hines is doing anything either. If it was someone clearly outperforming him, I would be a little nervous. But
Somebody got a taste of the Naeem Hines in week 2 that I got last year, where I spent $33 on him after week 1, put him in the lineup week 2, got 2 touches. This year, somebody I think put him in their lineup, and he got 1 carry and 1
I think
reception.
it was Michael.
Might have been Michael.
But
He didn't score 100 this week. So
I don't know. Hopefully
go,
they'll figure
Naeem.
something out there. That's out of anyone, that's probably my biggest concern because he's still young, and he was inconsistent last year. Beginning of the season, he was slow to get going, and then he really took off there towards the end. So, I hope he kind of finds that rhythm again, but I don't know.
Kyle Pitts needs more targets.
Yeah, their offense looks absolutely.
putrid.
Abysmal.
I
Good
think
words
he
from us.
had.
Look
He
at
had
us.
6 targets, 5 receptions, 73 yards.
Yeah.
A decent week.
It touchdown
but,
away from being a good start.
That's
Yeah.
a tight end.
He
That's
needs
what that's good for
at
a tight
least
end.
8 or 9 a week.
Well, speaking
He's
of,
the number 2 receiver.
yeah, he is.
By far.
Speaking of tight ends, Reitmeyer needs one.
Yes.
He had
He's been working out.
Cole Kmet with 1 reception, 0.5 total.
I think he got 1 reception for 0 yards.
Yeah,
right?
it was.
Yeah.
That's it. 1 reception. I'm trying to let's look at his bench. Does he have another tight end? Does
Mhm.
not.
Yeah, I don't think he had a tight end at all when we. It was we looked earlier. He didn't have a tight end at all. I think
He's
he
been
picked up
working
Cole
out.
Kmet. I already made that joke 2 minutes ago.
No, I don't listen
Jake
to
Cortland Sutton looked really good on your bench.
Yes.
He looks really good after 2 weeks. Week
Hey.
one was a disappointment, but They were just kind of getting him back on the field for the first time.
They
in over a
limited
year.
his snaps,
Yeah.
and then after the Judy injury, they said we're going to let him go all out, and he clearly was the go-to guy for Bridgewater.
Yeah,
Like, he looked really good.
I thought it was going to be
I apologize
Tim
for
Patrick.
the Marvin Jones
I'm not.
projection saying, hey, he's going to be better than Sutton. Marvin Jones did exactly what I thought he was going to do. I just didn't know Sutton was going to
Well, I mean,
go.
that's-
He is who we thought they were.
That's something I was
He's talking
talking
about
with Andrew last week about. You know, me and him kind of on draft night were going back and forth with Chenault versus DJ Shark, who was going to be the true number one there.
And I kept
It's
saying
near-
Marvin Jones.
Well, Marvin Jones I took as a handcuff later on in case like something happened or didn't know. And now he's clearly the one that the rookie's going towards.
Yeah, he's the veteran, reliable target.
He's getting a lot of targets. And they're playing from behind. They are not trying to establish a running game in any kind of way. Like, I don't really get it. I don't know if Urban Myers just wants to stick to his gun and be like, I never wanted to play James Robinson, so I'm not going to give him a lot of
But it
carries.
doesn't make sense. Like, Urban Meyer always established a run at Florida, at Ohio State, Utah, I think, when he was there a while back. And now he's like, you know what? I got a good running back from last year.
I'm not gonna use
Don't
him.
let him
I
touch it.
don't think he's got over 15 touches in a game yet.
I don't think so either.
And that's
all 2
like
games,
receiving or rushing. Like,
What did he do?
and he's the only running back there.
I got Carlos Hyde.
11
Yeah, if you're
attempts
giving
for
Carl-
47 yards, 3 targets for 17.
It's not bad.
No, I mean he needs to
He
be
needs
doing
more than
15.
that.
Last year,
needs
he was
15
getting
at
like
least.
20 to 25 touches
Yeah.
a game last year.
He needs at least 15, and he'll do it.
And are you trying to tell me that Trevor Lawrence is better than Gardner Minshew? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
No.
That's fair.
Hold on, jury's still out on that.
But
it's because he wears jean shorts. That's why he likes him. He's a Jort guy.
I don't wear jorts.
Hey, Frisbee McFrisbee. So I just had a
Porky
stroke.
the
Dude,
Pig
I
over
do
here.
need some jorts. You're right. Okay.
Now, would you-
jorts and a bandana.
Would you make your own jorts or would you buy jorts?
I would not buy jorts, Ryan.
You go to Matt Gillett.
I don't know what that means.
He makes his own jean shorts. Are you going
So
to
does like
John
some-
Cena?
No, I would not buy jean shorts.
So you're
I'd make them.
going to grow a mullet.
Probably not. But I'll
The
wear a
good thing
bandana.
about John Cena wearing jorts, technically nobody can see him, so he does no embarrassment on his part.
True. Them
I
are
get
camouflage shorts.
As
It's
long
all
as
I wear.
China approves of it.
That's all he cares about.
So looking at
Red and yellow.
our matchup here, Jake goes to 2-0 in second place. Brightmeyer drops to 0-2 in ninth place.
Sorry, bud.
We had some bold predictions. Let's take a look at those from last week. So
Ryan,
Let's see.
bold predictions.
Andrew had
Andrew made
one.
one too, and it was terrible.
Andrew had one.
And
I need to go
Andrew.
back to week 2 right here because I got to click on certain teams. All right, so the first one was to start Hunt over Kittle, which was for Rand's Diddy,
That was from Brian.
and that was from Brian. Yeah. So let's see what Hunt.
What Hunt do?
What Hunt do?
What Hunt do? Hunt had 5.8, and Kittle had 3.7.
Chalk one up for Ryan.
All right, that's a win for
I
Brian.
didn't say he was going to do good. I just said I'd start him over
He'll
Kittle.
do better.
Yeah, you were right there. Your other one was Gronk would had 2 TDs once again. Ryan,
Man.
you're killing it.
That's really impressive.
Brian's from the future.
What's
Talking
my
about my
team?
ass on that
It's
one.
no grow.
Yeah, dude, you were
I
right.
mean, yeah. Well, I mean, if you go, at some point, you people are going to start listening to
What do you mean, you people?
the other people on the fantasy football league.
Oh, okay.
He had 4 catches, 39 yards, 2 touchdowns.
How many touchdowns?
2
Two.
touchdowns.
How many
did
did
you
I say we
predict?
get?
2.
Look at there.
Therefore, Brian is
Correct.
2-0.
2 for 2.
2 for 2. He's a 2 for 2.
Gronk has 6
Two
touchdowns in
Tuesdays.
his last 3 games.
I'm not making any predictions.
Good
This
pickup.
week. I'm taking a week off.
Thank you.
Did you start him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
starting.
yeah,
He's going to score 2 touchdowns.
Touchdowns.
That'd be
I mean,
crazy.
I'm not going to lie, fellas. I wasn't paying
Do you
attention
realize who
when we
you're
were doing the recap. I've got a bit. I started to
JT
realize we were doing it,
Trotman
but
right
Jake was
there.
going over his team.
2 tight ends. If I've got them on my roster, they're in my
That
starting
is
lineup.
true.
Especially if one of them's Gronk, and the other one's the best tight end in football,
I ain't got Kelsey.
Got him.
Hawkinson.
Hawkinson's good, but he's not Kelsey.
Yeah, not yet. He
Not
will
yet,
be. I
okay.
said 4 years.
Your next one
Onward and upward.
was Brian has a gut feeling on Nelson Aguilar.
Nelson Aguilar.
So let's.
He didn't say it was a good gut feeling, though. He said, I got a gut feeling.
And he didn't say what he was going to do and when he was going to do it.
It was dysentery.
True.
I Joe Biden the hell out of that prediction.
I think Aguilar had 3.8.
Let's look him up because he's not
3.6.
Al.
All right.
I spell Al.
AGHALLR.
ALGOHO.
Apparently, I've been saying it wrong this whole
Oh.
time. H
O
AG. Look, I-
AGH.
look. I'm just.
Are you on all plays?
Yeah, I got it now. I got
Okay.
it.
All right.
So gut feeling was 3 receptions for 21 yards.
That's about what I was thinking.
Yeah, it was right
It's a
there.
small rumble. That's all it was.
Okay, so is he 3 for 3 then?
Absolutely.
That one's too.
2.5.
It was too vague. You can't tell exactly whether.
Okay, and our last one was Andrew takes Robbie Anderson over AB. Brian says, nah.
No. Robbie Anderson had what? 1 catch for 8 yards.
And it wasn't like AB really lit the world
So
on fire.
who's got Robbie Anderson? Michael.
Michael.
So looking at Michael's team, Michael had Robbie Anderson this week.
Oh, okay.
Good. No, let's get about last week. He has both of them. So 5.3 for Robbie Anderson and 2.2
Oh, there's 1 for 8.
for
Thursday
Antonio
night.
Brown.
So
So,
you give
Andrew
one.
1 for
Andrew,
1.
okay, so Brian, you
You stupid.
2.5 plus 2.5 on your calls there, -1, so you end up with a net of 1.5.
Hmm.
Andrew 1, and he's 1 for 1,
I still win.
but he's 1 for
Because
1.
I win.
His percentage.
How do you win? You got a 9, a 4, a jack, and a 7.
Because I win.
Big Daddy.
That's right. Stop it now.
I was talking about the movie, but you Big Daddy.
Oh, okay.
You big daddy. All right.
yes, Big Daddy.
So
Too many.
following
We
week,
can.
last 2 weeks.
We can.
following week 2, we did have an eventful waiver wire.
Wait, while wrap up?
Wait, why wrap up?
What are we
Waiver
calling it
wire.
again?
Wait, while wrap up?
Yeah, that's right. So looking at the waiver wire, let's
Silly
see.
goose.
I need offers here. So,
$4.
all right. So the biggest addition
I like
in
it.
terms of Fab was to Brian. It was Cordell Patterson for $30.
$30.
So there was 2 more offers. Do
Keep laughing.
you want to know what they were?
$8 from Jake.
Nope. He
$2
lied.
from
He
Jake.
lied to you. Whether it was intentional or not,
Oh,
I'm not here to.
Did I not?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You put one in.
It's
What was it?
your birthday.
It was $10.
Oh, I went up a little bit.
How much do you?
He
10?
put 10. I mean, there
went
was
8
one other.
originally, then I guess I went up.
There was one other.
I went 14.
Scorp put.
Of course he did.
Yeah, Scorp's got a lot of additions. He got 14 right now. 14 moves.
God
Leading the
damn.
league. Next is 8. Ransdale. Between the 2 of them, they have over like 45% of our league's transactions.
Andrews are making moves.
Advanced stats.
Must suck to be named Andrew.
Do math.
Yeah, something. It's something in the water, I guess.
Smoke on the water.
Scorp.
Pressure washer.
Are we going to pay for that?
Yes.
Not if it didn't sound like it. It's better.
So Scorp put in
Stop
16.
it.
Close my eyes and you took on the shape of Jesus.
Score put in $16. Brian ends up getting the 30. The second largest transaction was Daniel Jones to Reitmeyer for 7. There were 2 that put in for Carolina's D that went to Score for $6. The other was Reitmeyer with $3.
Don't start them this week.
Don't start Carolina's D this week.
They
They
He
got
already
started.
played, fella.
I mean, it's coming this coming week.
Well, this is
That's
week 3.
4. So
we don't care about
what-
Well, you're skipping ahead.
you know,
Don't start them week 4.
Write
Write it down.
Hold on.
My first bold prediction of the week.
There's a bold prediction that Brian
so
made for week 4,
Brian
so just keep a note. Maybe like write it on a sticky
No,
note.
you
Put
can
it
put that for this week.
put-
Don't
put-
it next week.
put it on
But
your
if I don't
bathroom
put it
mirror
on
or something.
Week 4 prediction.
God, you're jumping
I don't know
weeks
what
now?
you said, but I cannot wait to play this on the ride home.
Don't start
Carolina.
Carolina
Stay tuned.
DST.
And don't stop
gotcha.
believing.
There's your first one.
Can we go back to the Daniel Jones one real quick?
Yeah, go
Hold
ahead.
on to that feeling.
Are you believers in Daniel Jones?
For
No.
this week.
No, like, would you start him?
All right,
No.
here's Daniel
Week in,
Jones.
week out is my quarterback. No.
He's got a great matchup this week.
He does. He's worth the start this week.
So you would start him this week, but then after that, cut him loose.
Absolutely.
He's very talented, skilled wise. Jason Garrett is his offensive coordinator. That's a downside.
Well, Garrett's
And he-
had success with other
and he
quarterbacks in the
fumbles.
past.
Yeah,
And turns the ball over
Yes,
a
a
lot.
lot.
All right. Let's just can we look and see who's out there?
I think one of
Oh,
the
free
big
agency?
well,
Yeah, you
Instead
pull
of
up on
Daniel
the
Jones.
I think one of the biggest things to look at with Daniel Jones is his running ability so far. Like that's
He's
why
got
been
a
strong.
good rushing floor.
But they
He's
haven't
had
been
to.
given. They
Yeah,
haven't
right.
been given it to
But they're, I
Saquon.
was about to say,
Right.
Saquon's been kind of.
So when Saquon gets more integrated into the offense,
Would you take Bridgewater over Daniel Jones?
No, I take Bridgewater.
fantasy
So you would
wise
take
or
Bridgewater
regular?
over Daniel Jones?
Yes.
Regular
Yeah.
football or both?
All right, what about Darnold?
In fantasy,
Oh.
I think he's going to throw it more.
Wait a minute. No.
I'd like his even targets more.
I'd rather
Kenny
have
Galladay
What about
was
Ben
on-
Roethlisberger?
I'd rather have
No,
David
his
Jones
arm
and
looks.
Darnold.
All right, so let's hear this out. So you'd rather have Daniel Jones over Roethlisberger,
Yes.
But not over Bridgewater.
but not over Bridgewater.
Correct.
Over
All right.
Trevor Lawrence,
Yes.
Yes.
Sam Darnold.
Yes.
you would take Jones over Darnold.
I
Just
would.
because of the run.
Just because of the running ability. I mean,
What
Darnold
about
could,
you?
I
Darnold
would.
could sneak it.
All
I
right.
would.
Goff.
I might take Goff.
I would
Or
think
Daniel
I would
Jones?
take Goff just for garbage time
Yeah.
because they're going to be down.
They're going to be down a lot, so he's going to throw it.
Because I think Jeff Okudah, their star corner they drafted last year in top 5, is already out for the year.
Now, I mean, in a desperate situation,
But is
That's
it
Tom.
worth?
I would
I
pick
guess what I'm
Jones
arguing
up.
back onto is maybe not so much. Do you pick him up just to have him on your bench every week? Like,
No.
is it worth that bench spot to have him?
No, he's
Or is
not.
there like maybe I want to keep it open so I can pick up a Cordell Patterson?
You treat him like we used to treat the Cleveland Browns defense.
But don't get him.
Matchups. It's all about
Oh,
matchups.
so straight.
All right, so his only other quarterback is Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow has Pittsburgh this week.
Who looked horrible.
Yeah, you're starting Daniel Jones this
So
week.
he has
No,
Daniel
yeah,
Jones.
the
He's
matchup.
right. Daniel Jones is he probably
Daniel
will be one of
Jones,
the top 4 quarterbacks
he's
scores this
startable.
week.
He is startable, but it's matchup based.
So
Do
let
you
me ask
take-
this:
do
if
you-
you're him moving forward, and let's go ahead and put in the mix some of those names, do you feel comfortable with Joe Burrow being your every week?
No, if
starting
you go
quarterback?
between Burrow and Jones, Jones would be my every week starter. What
I would
I'm
start
trying to
Jones
say
over
is
Burrow.
I would pick Bridgewater up over all the other two.
I agree with you on that.
Hey, why are we helping Reitmeyer? He's
Maybe it's a stream.
He plays me this week.
Yeah, stop helping him.
No, I mean
You didn't realize the
what we
advice
do.
you were
What
giving
we
me?
do.
No, I didn't. I would take Daniel Jones over Joe Burrow.
We'll make this. Wait, can we make the rest of this podcast interesting? I can't talk today.
Dude, you got a
talk-
sweatshirt on. It's 75 degrees
I'm a
outside.
basic white bitch when he gets to talk.
When it gets to fall.
Okay.
What's it next year?
all right.
That was a little bit too far,
When you
sir.
talk
British.
Everybody
during our
listen.
matchups, like Norm Macdonald, in memory of the late great comedian.
Do I have-
Just while we do the matchups.
do I get to make O.J. Simpson jokes?
Yeah, I mean,
Now I got a question.
Not NBC.
Counterpoint. You talk like Norm Macdonald during the matchups. He has to sing like Michael McDonald during the matchups. And you
do
can't
that.
say Yamo either. You gotta pick another.
Kind of hit that.
There was another one I was going to ask y'all
Very
about
myself.
when it comes to quarterbacks. There was another one I was going to ask you about. Would you rather?
I don't
would,
hear Norm Macdonald.
It's not a matchup.
Fine.
Would you take Baker over either one of those?
No.
No, not
Mm-mm.
especially
They're
that
too
one.
running
And,
back
and
ended.
he's banged up too, right? Did he get hurt?
Yeah,
Did he get
shoulder
shot?
Yeah,
popped in
yeah,
and
this
out.
is left shoulder. He's fine.
I was just
Play.
curious.
Losing Jarvis is security blanket. I know they're saying Odell is going to play
They
this
say he's
week,
back this week.
but who knows what Odell you're getting?
Who's number 3?
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
He's a.
Yeah,
Rashard Higgins. Ever
Peoples
heard
I
of
Jones-
see
him?
Higgins. I just
Peoples
see
Jones was decent last year.
I think he'll
down
go,
the stretch, it really
He
was.
did.
Anthony
look good on
Schwartz,
Sunday.
maybe?
I think he'll go to the tight ends more. I think Austin Hooper and
Hooper and Harrison Bryant.
I can't, and there will never be another
David
season where I
Njoku.
can buy into Austin Hooper.
I don't think he'd be like a consistent start, but I think he'll kind of spread it out a little
He
bit.
should. He could be good. Boy, should be very good.
Why you rhyming like that?
I got my hood on.
Okay.
All right, going to our match up breakdown for week 3.
No, he doesn't. Now you do it.
Looking at week 3, I guess we'll just start with Scorp and Michael. I'm not funny like Norm Macdonald. Like I'm not.
We know that, but this is
Gold, Jerry. Gold.
slow it down a little bit. Draw your words out.
yeah,
I told you I did that at the bar.
you did.
Did I
Oh
tell you what I
god.
did?
Change your team name to Turk Ferguson for 1 week.
No.
Why? And
'Cause
put a
I'm-
picture of Burt
No,
Reynolds
because
up
I'm
there.
leaving its golden personality. That's the only
Why?
name I've ever had.
Mine's
I've
the
had
only
any
one that really
success
has
on.
meaning outside of his because his been that way for ever.
Okay, I changed my team
You're
name,
the reason my team's this name.
and you're welcome.
I'm welcome.
Yes.
Oh, I'm welcome.
Yes.
Oh, I'm welcome.
Welcome, huh?
Who won fantasy football that year?
I did.
Asterisk.
Because I turned my
Asterisk.
team name from whatever the hell it was
No,
to
it's not.
golden
No, it's not.
personality.
'Cause
And you cheated
you-
Ron
you
out of a
moved
draft.
things around.
You cheated.
You cheated him too because he didn't know he was drafting that quick.
I didn't.
I didn't know I was going to get 2 first-round
Yeah.
picks, basically.
Ah.
He
I
scrambled
had to
me.
give him my notes. He had to give me his.
Didn't know what to do.
I was
Brilliant
disheveled
strategy.
because I was
I
hosting
don't know
that
what to
one.
do on the hands.
He was trying to type everything in. He didn't know how to
I was
type
doing
it.
this on the TV, and I said, how do I put JT's a cheater?
All right, so one
Under
of them's got an
protest.
asterisk.
Under
Okay,
protest.
Fine.
You can never get in the Hall of Fame
all right,
that way.
all right.
Update the trophy.
I'm gonna etch that son of a bitch in there.
Update the trophy.
You do have the trophy, don't you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
whole year, man. A whole year.
Got you now,
Oh,
Truckin'.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, when you go get it updated next year, you're gonna have it put on the plaque,
Yes.
contested.
No,
Don't just put an asterisk beside it. It's a whole lot easier.
Okay.
not paying that much. We have to pay for
You have to pay per
pay for characters.
I don't know why they
I
put
can
your
do that
name.
myself in the
I
night.
can do it Nelly.
Well, look, they put your name much bigger than anybody else's on the entire trophy.
'Cause he's
for
a
this.
lot
I'm
bigger
the
than every-
biggest son of a bitch on the me. It's me.
You went really high there for a second. Like,
really high.
I think my glass shattered right there on the window. Oh well.
My girlfriend.
We're sitting in these leather seats. Every time one of y'all shits, it sounds like somebody farted. I keep looking around to see whose eyes are big. Okay.
It's Amanda Seyfried. Every time.
All right.
So score, Michael. Original projection is 121 to 11. My projection is 119 to 1.
Bold prediction.
I'm writing it
Michael
down.
will score.
Michael's
said
projections will go up by 1 o'clock on Sunday.
That's not bold.
That is bold. I'm saying that with conviction.
Michael's will not. They'll go up by Saturday.
Today's Saturday.
Exactly. Maybe he does it tonight before he goes to bed.
No, I was paying attention to it last week. He does it right before.
Okay.
Don't put
What
that down.
I put
now I gotta
Michael.
make it
Brian
serious.
says
I gotta
Michael
be
go
serious.
boom at 1 p.m.
No, you can erase
I wish
that.
you were typing these on the computer.
Whoever the
People
matchup
should
should
be.
be.
They're waiting,
I've said
they're waiting
this
to hear
every
about their
time.
matchup.
I
They're
don't
waiting to hear
think
about their
There's
matchup.
too much going on, man.
No,
You gotta write what this guy says. Okay.
Okay.
That's easier than I thought.
No, I'm not gonna. Okay.
Jake, can I open a Google Doc under
Jake.
this?
Jig.
So open up Notepad.
I don't know where Notepad is. I know where Google Doc is. How many times have you Notepad in my life?
Why you got a naked man on your computer? Oh, it's my reflection.
Why are you naked?
Don't ask questions.
You're the one that asked first.
He's wearing a hoodie and jeans for everybody at 75 degrees.
Sure I am. Wink.
Here's your jeans over here.
Thank you. I just fold them.
Throw them in the dryer.
No, my underwear's in there.
Like you wear underwear.
I'm basic, but I'm not that basic.
All right. So now I'm making Brian's bold predictions.
You do want to look.
I'm making Brian's bold predictions.
Bold prediction, Brian.
Brian's
Oh, you
bulge.
bolded Brian's bold prediction, but didn't put an apostrophe.
Did you put a CK in
Are you making
Brian's bold predictions.
there?
Just put shins at the end.
Shit, I don't.
This is on my school computer.
SHINS.
Yeah. Hey.
We're okay. It's
Work,
okay.
work, computer.
I spelled it wrong. Stupid.
Autocorrect. What are you
Stupid.
at?
I don't know how it highlighted.
All right.
That I don't know. Jake, what's wrong with your Google Docs?
Are you sure?
All right. So, what are we looking at?
We're talking about Andrew Sperry.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
And Michael.
So
We got to get Michael on the shoe. Michael said he want to be on the shoe.
We doing a Liverpool?
we got to do that. We got to get him on here.
Get him in the yellow
Gotta
submarine or
get
something?
him on the shoe.
Brian, who are you taking right here, not knowing anything about Michael's team?
Let me scroll down the bench and look at Michael's team.
Is anyone going to do the add up this week?
Well, our math guy's also doing right. Oh God.
Well, Jake did it in his head last week.
Jake,
Yeah,
you
do it
pull
in
up a
your head.
calculator?
No, I'll do it.
I'm just going to list them off.
All right.
Lamar
Steven.
Jackson, 28. Devontae Adams, 17.
You know, when you bang, you're right there at the mic.
Calvin Ridley, 16.
16.
61.
Yeah, you're just rounding up.
Chris Carson, 14.
75.
Logan Thomas, 9.5.
84.5.
Then things get interesting.
You got to
He'll
make a
put
call.
the Heinz
You got to
in.
make a
So
call.
who's he going to
Well,
start?
he's already started Robbie, right?
Yeah, he's got a.
So what was that?
That's 1.3. So you just put one.
Nah.
85.
He needs another running back, which is going to be
Naheem,
Hines.
No.
9.5.
Yeah, 9.5.
94.
And then what are we looking at?
95.
Defense. I already got his tight end. Defense.
Denver, 14 points.
14 points.
Oh, yeah, 110 and a
Hold
half.
on.
Playing the Jets.
109.
Hold on.
109.3.
But no, that's not. No, we missed a receiver. We got one more receiver.
He'll probably put in more this week. When he
Rondale
gets
Moore?
Jacksonville,
Yeah, I like
he's at
So that's
10.3.
10. So
It's like
he's looking
120.
at right around 120.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what we're
so-
looking at, 120.
120.
How about that?
120
You
To 119.
to 119. This makes things. This might be freaking matchup of the week.
Matchup of the
Now
week.
wait a minute.
Stop.
On Andrew's side,
thank you.
he's got Johnson that's not going to be playing this week.
It's Johnson's out.
Johnson's hurt.
He was a bullfrog.
So he starts Devonta Smith.
Yes, 12.
So
So really,
So that
okay,
puts
so
him good.
131 to 120. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
he's got a lot of Q's
Okay.
on here.
not matchup of the
Yeah, he
week.
does.
Dalvin Cook is a Q.
So is
He's a
Henderson.
QT, if you know what I'm saying.
He is a handsome man.
All right,
you
well, Dalvin Cook's questionable. That's what Q means. I got some insider information that said that Mike Zimmer, in his tenure, has only started one player on one occasion after not practicing full on Friday.
Dalvin Cook.
I don't know who the one player
Kyle
is.
Rudolph.
I really don't know who the one player is.
I don't
I don't
know.
have that.
But they're expecting Dalvin to be a full guy.
Well, dang it.
Earlier this week seemed to indicate that Cook will be in for a full workload if he can go.
The biggest problem we've had is they got rid of probable.
Yes.
And questionable is just so broad now. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Which is broad.
I got-
Questionable to doubtful, questionable to probable. I don't know.
I like probable. I really did.
I do too.
And Henderson's pain tolerance.
So which one do you think plays? You think both of them play? One
I
of them
think
plays?
Cook does. I think even if Henderson does, I think he's going to try to get a little bit more of the
Either way,
Sonny Michel workload in there.
Henderson's
I think
gonna
he's
have
a
rough
little bit
day
of-
either way.
Well, yeah, against Tampa Bay, even if he was getting 100% of it, I don't know if I'd start.
It's not going to be a good day either
Mhm.
way.
Mm-mm.
I think that's.
So it might be smart to sit him.
But who do you put in?
I don't know. I was just talking general.
I think he
Osborne,
Yeah,
because he's got two quarterbacks on his bench. other than that.
Probably Osborne. Yeah.
What's Osborne done?
Had a
Oh,
good week
yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah,
Very
yeah, yeah.
But
yeah,
you're
let's
saying
put him in the
without
lineup.
Tua.
Huh?
He's on Miami. No, he's
No, he's on
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
He meant
and,
Florida.
and with a limited Dalvin, they might throw it more.
Yeah,
But they've been
yeah.
running a lot of 3 wide receiver sets
Yep,
in Minnesota.
Yep.
Well, they're playing Seattle, so it's going to be a high score
It'll be
game.
a shootout.
All right, so who y'all taking in this matchup?
I'm going to go.
Michael.
Yeah, I might have to go
All right,
Michael this week.
Taking Michael.
I'm taking Michael.
I'm going to take Score. I think you're right. I think Dalvin plays. I think Darrell Henderson. I think he plays as well.
All right. So who we got?
3 Mikes.
Me, you, and Jake.
and Andrew with it doesn't matter because it's a loss.
Just give Andrew whoever
An L.
whoever loses.
So Andrew's screwed. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying. Okay. So yeah, y'all went. Michael, I went Score.
Dadgum, St. Louis Cardinals won again. 15 in a row.
All right. So let's go ahead and go to our second matchup. Ryan, what's our second matchup?
Second matchup, JT Reitmeyer.
JT right now. All right, that's actually a good transition because Dalvin Cook's status is going to play a role in who I start at running back. If Dalvin Cook does not play, I'm starting Madison. If Dalvin Cook does play, I'm probably leaving Drake in there.
Would you take Drake out with Jacob?
You got to start the Drake.
He has hearts in his head.
Miami just gave up a lot of points.
I was going with Seinfeld to Drake.
What, Miami?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't think they'll put up points this week. So if Vegas gets a lead, Drake could see a pretty good workload.
He could. The thing that I hate about that situation now is like I could live with Drake not getting as many touches because I got Josh Jacobs, but
Right.
I don't have Philip Barber, and I'm not going to go get Philip.
What about
Barber.
Peyton Barber?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, him too. I'm not going to go get him.
But I want to tell you what,
his
Philip
stupid
Barber,
brother.
hell of a real estate guy.
Yeah, he was.
I mean,
He's still with us. He's still with us.
and he's moving property too.
But hold on, I got to pull this up because I don't know how he did last week.
Put it away.
but
Put it away. Put it away. Put it
Peyton
away.
Barber. So Peyton
I'm
Barber
not
last
picking up-
week,
Philip Barber.
13 carries for 32 yards. If he gets over 10 touches,
What are you gonna do?
they're stupid.
Yeah,
That's all I got to say about it.
and that's all I got to
have to
say
say
about
Before we really
that.
dive into it, let's get your thoughts on McCaffrey.
I'm
diving in. I'm going in.
I am upset,
Yep.
not only as a fantasy owner, but as a Christian McCaffrey fan and a Carolina
I thought you were going to say Christian
Panthers
man.
Yes,
As a Christian man, I'm upset.
and as a Christian
and
man.
as a rambling man.
Yeah, I'm upset on all fronts.
Yes.
That's 20 points that I'm projected every week from McCaffrey that I'm losing.
Look
That
at
was a
me.
guarantee
Look at me.
too.
Look at me in my eyes right now. It's doable.
I know it is. You did it last year, but you did it last year with Christian McCaffrey's
You
backup.
need to call Reitmeyer
And Kyler Murray.
and try to get your little James Robinson action going on.
No, I feel like now you got to pick up Chuba. Is it Chuba or
Chuba.
Chuba.
It's Chuba.
I like Chuba.
But everybody in college football for the longest time said Chuba Hubbard.
That's the
It
only thing
sounded
I
better.
ever heard.
I
And then
call
I,
him Chubba Bubba.
and then I heard Troy Aikman kept saying Chuba.
It's Chuba.
And
Yeah, like we're going to listen to Aikman.
well, that's why I had to ask.
You don't even know his own
He
name.
voted for Biden.
That's why I had to ask.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He forgot to bubble it in. He didn't actually vote for anybody.
Because you're an idiot, Troy.
So now I don't know what to do in terms of
Sorry
that
about that,
situation.
Troy.
Like you did well picking up Mike Davis last year when that
No,
happened.
yeah, I mean, there's certain things that fell into my lap, but he's not done for the year.
That's what he felt last year.
He's got 10 days before his next game.
He's not playing his next.
He's
game.
not
Already-
playing. No, he's not playing Dallas, so he'll probably miss 2 game max.
I'm
The
thinking he
good
misses
news is
4.
with two game misses, it's really like 3 because it happened on a Thursday other than a Sunday.
Yeah, so it's
It's
like
like you get it.
it's like a week and a half between games.
It'll go
When's
by
Carolina's
like that.
bye?
I'm saying he comes back Atlanta week 8.
Is that after the bye?
No, bye is week 13.
Ugh.
Oh, wow.
JT
that-
Yeah,
Daniels.
so he's not staying. If he
What?
stays after the bye, then I'm screwed.
Yeah.
I think he's out for 4 weeks. That's if you want to call that a bold prediction, go ahead. But I don't think so. I think that's what's gonna be.
They haven't really
Ain't
told
no
us a
guess.
lot about the severity of it. Like, I went through a hamstring injury last year with
Jake started drinking.
with-
I went through a hamstring injury last season.
They said for you words, but I haven't known yet.
Brian's
That was a day.
let me drink some of what he's drinking. So we just,
I had a stroke. That's two completely different things.
Yahoo says he's gonna miss a couple weeks. It said miss a few.
What was that Yahoo? They ruled him out within
Yeah,
like
quick.
5 minutes of him going
I
on
know.
the field.
That's I thought it was
Questionable.
gonna be
What number
season ending.
well, Eckler went through it last year, and then he missed a lot of time. I guess the difference was they immediately came out and said he's going to be out for a
Yeah,
long
they're like
time.
Eckler tore his hamstring off the bone. Basically, like, oh, he's going to come back in 6 weeks. Like, how in the world is that happening? But he wasn't really.
Answer this for me too, Crowder.
Riddle me
What's
this.
the latest on him? It was
Dalvin.
COVID, right?
He had
did.
COVID and he also got hurt.
Yeah,
Like the
Okay.
first day he was back.
yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened
Okay.
to him.
I was thinking.
So he's got a setback there. I've got
COVID.
to make some roster readjustments before next week to pick people up. I got to move
I'll trade
McCaffrey into my IR.
Talk to Scorp about it. Apparently, he's really good at making dropping heads.
It's true.
Who are you going to drop out
You
of there?
offered
Oh,
a
Jacobs
trade.
will come out?
You offered a trade to right
James will
this
come
week.
out. McCaffrey would go in.
Yeah.
And then if I pick anybody up, I'm probably dropping Crowder since he doesn't look he's going to play.
We tried to trade for Robinson this week, but it might be worth talking to him.
Who did?
Me and Ryan both.
Tried trading for Robinson?
Mm-hmm.
What'd y'all send? I'm curious.
The whole rest of the Swiss family.
So, besides the McCaffrey news, Brandon Cooks already went, put up 16.2.
That does help you.
Yeah,
That does help.
Reitmeyer hasn't had anybody go. This is also the only matchup that neither team has a win. So somebody's going to get in the win column this week. One of us is going to go to
Just a tummy rub.
either stay at 9th, maybe drop to 10th. One of us is going to at least have one victory at hand.
I like
You also,
Hey.
Pat Mahomes, I feel like is going to have a pretty big week.
Did you say that nobody between you and Reitmeyer had a verse going on Monday night?
No.
No,
Okay.
Miles
because it'd be wrong if you
Because
did.
Miles Sanders was
and
gone.
CD Lamb.
Yeah, he's got several going Monday night.
Pat Mahomes going to have a good week this week.
Need it. See, the thing that also sucks, we talked about earlier, my whole team is done at 4:30.
Yeah.
He's got CD Lamb,
You
Aaron
got a lot of
Jones,
sitting and waiting.
and
going
Miles
on.
Sanders all going Sunday and Monday night.
I will say this: Reitmeyer's got a very favorable matchup this week.
I was about to say that across the board, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I
that's-
think,
that's what I mean.
think
This
the
matchup
worst
is something.
matchup out of both sides is actually
Mahomes against the
Mahomes.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Because
Like-
we just let people run, and run they do.
Like,
It's going to be a high
other
score.
than that, I think there's a lot of favorable matchups. Because I was looking through Reitmeyer's when you said that, and I was like, man, he's got good matchups. And I look over at JT's, and I'm like,
he's
he's got good matchups too. I guess Gronk might be the other one, depending on who they put.
Oh, it
I don't
doesn't
think the
matter.
Rams do very well against tight ends, though.
Yeah,
And it is Brady.
I feel like he'll take away either Godwin or
Yeah.
Evans
Well,
with-
and he's mainly a
with
red zone
Ramsey.
threat.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I mean, he had like 35 yards last week.
No
He scored
touchdowns
2
for Gronk this week.
no touchdowns for
Oh,
Gronk,
no.
so I should take him out.
No.
Yeah, I was about to
So
say,
should I
he's
start in his
gonna-
place?
No.
Because
Don't
if he
take him
doesn't score a touchdown,
Don't
that's,
take him out.
that's
He'll,
his
he'll
value.
get you. He'll get you about 8.
Maybe Tony.
Tony Pollard?
I wouldn't be against it. I think Dallas is about to have 2 running backs you can start every week.
Maybe.
You don't
Maybe.
know who's going to be the guy that week. I mean,
Maybe.
last week I thought Tony definitely looked better than Zeke, and next week Zeke might look better. I mean,
Yeah.
I think each week they're both almost about to be 2 playable guys.
Reitmeyer did pick up Jonnu Smith. We talked about Cole Kmet in our last time looking
That's
at
a good
Reitmeyer's team. I like Jonnu too. Jonnu doesn't have a good projection. They're playing New Orleans, but
I
he
think-
has seen 5 targets in the first 2 games, and out of those 10 targets he's received, he's got 9 receptions.
I think they're going to be very conservative with Mac Jones. Personally, I think they're going to try to establish running games a lot in New England, and then I think they're going to preach. I mean, he went out and signed 2 tight ends for a reason.
Yep.
I think he's going to try to get it. Now, is Jonnu going to be getting the red zone? Is Hunter Henry? Is it going to be running? Like, you don't exactly know his value, and I think he's not a big boom guy, if that makes sense there. But, like, I don't think he'll go for 20.
I think they need to give him the ball more creatively.
Yeah.
Because he's a very athletic tight end. Like
Yeah.
what they did with Trimble the other night.
Yeah.
Like that's the stuff.
Tommy
Yeah,
T.
Tommy Trimble looked good.
That's the stuff they need to be
Good
doing with
draft
Jonnu.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
He's
draft
going to be a good player.
They need to get the ball to Jonnu different ways.
Tyler Lockett's going to have a big week as well.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
It's going to be DK.
Write it down.
Bold prediction for Ryan.
I just like the sound of DK doing.
I guess
it,
I got to
so.
get in on this eventually.
Yeah, you got to make a bold. You got to make a bold prediction. That's not a bold prediction though.
No.
But I need.
Tyler Lockett's outperformed the first 2 weeks pretty big.
True. Damn. Yeah, you're right. Should've
Cussed a
drafted
lot
him.
this week. Way to go,
You
Ryan.
started it, man. You opened the
Shut
floodgate.
the hell up.
I mean, that's kind of a cool matchup. Which Seattle receiver is going to go off?
Yeah, that'd be pretty big.
Sorry,
All right,
for,
let's do our
sorry
picks.
for the adult
Okay.
language.
Brian,
We
who you
apologize.
taking?
I'm going to have to go Reitmeyer this week.
Right,
Right, man.
Call it a clean sweep. Right, Meyer.
Clean sweep.
Clean sleep for.
I didn't want to.
Clean sleep.
Clean sleep.
Sweep for
I'm
right.
tired.
Tired of losing. I'm
I'm
gonna be
sick and
over.
tired of being sick
And
and
you know
Man,
what's
look,
going to be
look,
the problem?
let me
You're going to
take-
lose by
let me
like
answer-
3.
let me
Yeah, I'm
answer-
gonna lose by 3 and put it the
It's
second
going to
most.
be Tyler Lockett with a late touchdown.
Let me take this
Cost you-
opportunity. Let me take this
Yeah.
opportunity.
DK's going to bat the ball in the air. He's not going to catch it. Lockett's come out of nowhere.
But I see. I won't know this until Monday night.
Silver
I know, that's
lining
the-
again.
I'll be up and then I'll
The
replay
situation
that
we
in my
talked about
head
a while
over
ago.
and over and over.
The
What if
top-
that play would have went different? I would have won.
the top 3 teams. All right, Ryan in first with 266. Jake in second with 250. I'm in third with 245.
Good job.
You're in eighth with
I know.
303. So
But I beat him head to head.
you did.
Yeah.
So just you know.
Look,
keep the faith.
look at my points against.
Yeah, no,
That was pretty high too, Bob.
I didn't want to bring that up. I'm just saying, you know,
Look,
keep
man,
the faith.
this
Don't,
is-
don't dismantle the team.
Look, fantasy football is
Stressful.
It is like takes some skill. Fantasy football definitely takes some skill, but it's a lot of luck.
Whole lot of luck.
A lot of luck. And right now I don't have luck.
No.
No luck for JT.
So
Just hang
luck
on.
is for losers.
Just hang on.
Yes, it is. You got a lot of it right now, then, because you just contradicted yourself.
Bad luck.
Oh, luck has 2 sides. Of the same coin.
It'd be like
You
that
preach
sometimes.
something, man.
But it'd be like that
You preaching.
sometimes.
It do be like
What's
that.
our next matchup, Ryan?
I don't know. Which one do we just do? Andrew and Brooke.
Andrew Broach, the Battle of December 9th. All right.
Oh, that's true. They both have December 9th on their calendars.
I do too, though.
They're also
Oh, man,
born on
different-
December 9th.
Oh, I don't have that.
That makes more
I'm on
sense.
September, baby.
And you're
Yes,
32 now, dude. You're old.
Man, we were 32 for a long time.
They're going to
Tell
put a
you
parental
this, we
advisory
didn't
on
make
this
you
one.
make
Man,
it
you
this
just-
long.
We put not suitable for kids on every.
You're
Oh, we
on
do?
bar-
Yeah.
You're on borrowed time right now.
Go to hell, Drake.
That just means
Borrowed time? I've told you, I've been on borrowed time since I was 26.
We remember that night. you didn't know how to take it.
I had deja vu about this. I died tonight. Man, don't say that.
I don't
Still called another one.
I did.
It's bad juju. Bad
Deontay Johnson's a lot better.
Well, he's out this week.
Bad
I
juju.
know.
Next week might be good juju. You
Juju's
never know.
actually a good play this week.
Yep, Juju.
So our next
Bold
matchup.
prediction.
Juju's good.
Who are we looking
Good
at?
just this week.
Looking at Rans Diddy, Baba Booey question mark against Autobahn Time Josh Broach. The original projection, 126 to 135. Broach had DJ Moore go, so that did change it. A little bit more
Boyd had
in his
himself a
favor.
good night.
138 to 126. Live projection for
Didn't get to
Broach.
the end zone.
And DJ Moore, yeah, again, 8 receptions, 126 yards, 1 negative rushing yard. So he could have had 16.6.
You get your bounce back at Kamara this
It's a
week.
bounce back.
Against New England
Mm-hmm.
in the rain
Yeah.
at
Mike-
1 o'clock on Sunday.
I've
You
been
right now.
trying to write Mike Williams off
You've been trying
so
to
far
write him
this
off?
year, yeah. And that boy
I
is legit.
Yeah.
Who's your pick? Okay.
So Mike Williams, 18.2 week 1, 18.6 week 2.
Yeah.
Both touchdowns
How many
in both
targets? How many
weeks.
targets has he had?
12 in week 1, 10 in week 2.
Yeah.
8 receptions, 7 receptions, 82 yards, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 in each week.
Yeah, Mike Williams is.
And you was trying to write him off.
I have been.
You know who's been a disappointment when I look over this?
Montgomery.
Antonio Gibson.
Well, there's a lot more. I was gonna say Kittle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sorry,
here,
I
hold on.
jumped sides.
I'm ragging Broach's team. I gotta look at Gibson. Ain't been terrible. Just not as
9.8 and 3.7.
Yeah.
Okay, he's been
Against
terrible.
Philly, he should do better than 3-7. How many targets did he have?
He had
4.
4.
That's partially not his fault.
It's also
I'm just saying, like he's supposed to be tight end 2, 3, kind of
Yeah.
in that mix.
does it play a role that their entire running back score is hurt? So
Didn't-
teams are just focusing on because Debo had a really big week 1, and
I thought he still had a good week 2. I thought he had like 12. I think he's like one of the better. Might be leading.
When
league
did they?
yards.
When did they
I'll look
throw
up
the
the-
flag and bring in Lance? When does that happen?
Might happen this week, man.
You
never
think
know.
so?
You never
I
know.
think Shanahan will get creative and start putting them in spurts. I think you kind of even look at like Alex Smith and when Cap started getting work in several years ago.
Yeah.
Kaepernick. So I mean, I can see something like that. But I think the bigger issue is what JT said. Until Jeff Wilson comes back, their running game is. I mean, it's kind
Yeah,
of
it's
sad.
not good.
Yeah, Debo had 6 receptions, 93
Oh,
yards.
of
So
course.
maybe they're just trying to take away Kittle. Since, I mean, again,
Yeah.
they're not really going to run the ball. If you take away the middle, then, yeah, that leaves the outside.
Both the
Debo,
defenses this week having big weeks.
Baltimore, Detroit,
Yeah.
and Vegas.
I think Vegas
Home
is going
against
to
Miami.
outscore
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that could be pretty big.
I don't know. I think Kamara's projection is pretty high against New England's defense. Has been really good. 19.
They got a real Winston back in because Carolina just
Yeah,
They
it
took
depends on
his
what
soul.
Winston
Who-
shows up. If Winston's erratic, making bad decisions, then I don't think Kamara
Did
has
you
a good
see
game either.
I
him
mean, 16 to
in that
5.
first interception? Did you see that first interception? He just ran straight left and then just turns, doesn't even look, just turns and lobs it. You can't do that, man. You got to eat it.
Here-
I don't know.
There's the biggest issue with like Broach. He's had some underperformers so far this year. Like Kamara, like we said last week, had a really bad week. In week 1, I think he had 16, had a little bit better. Montgomery had a good week 1, bad week 2.
Robert Woods leaving
hasn't.
a lot out there.
Yeah, Cooper Cup's just stealing a lot from him right now. I still think he's going to break out. Like, I don't think it'll continue to be like, I don't know, 9 points. Like,
I
I
mean-
think he will have a big game coming out.
He will,
Sure.
and I mean, it's not like Broach is going to just drop him
No.
or get rid of him. He's not going to trade him.
Well,
He's not
Robert
gonna
Woods?
get back any of them.
If you want to trade him, I'm all in on the conversation.
Well, hold on. Nah, me too. Add me too. All right, where was? Sorry, I pulled something up and it wouldn't close. All right, I'm good now.
Stop getting on bed, so it's more.
I wasn't. I was looking up.
All right, let me ask you this: does he put Ruggs in his lineup this week?
Over who?
Ruggs.
Yeah, I'm
No.
just asking.
No,
I'm just
he
asking.
doesn't.
I mean, no. Again, I don't think if you take Mike Williams out right now
You
because
can't.
he's getting a lot of targets.
Kansas
Robert
City's gonna let
Woods,
him
I
catch
think, is
anything.
more poised to break out.
Playing Tampa
Yeah,
and Daryl
with a
Henderson
bad secondary,
and Daryl Henderson's thing.
with an amazing up.
If you're
front
gonna,
seven.
I would. If
Montgomery?
anything, I would take it. No,
All right, well then.
Well, I mean, it's Cleveland, and you
it
were
is.
just
It is
bragging
Cleveland.
on
You could do
Cleveland's
that. Yeah,
defense.
you could do that.
But it's Fields' first start, so they might try to protect him a little bit and run the ball a little bit.
Well, then, if anything, I'm going to take out Robert Woods, ballsy as it is, and put Ruggs
But
in.
do you?
That's up to him.
See, I think Michael Pittman looked really good last week, but he don't have Wentz.
Yeah, what, Jake Eason?
Yeah, well, they even been talking about who's the third, someone horrible. His name starts with an
I wouldn't
H.
do Pittman.
Maybe Ryan would help us if he wasn't.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
So who y'all taking this week?
Ugh. See, I even like the
There's
quarterback
tough
matchup,
matchups.
man.
I'm going to go Broach this week.
You'll go Broach?
I am going to go Broach.
Ryan texted us from far beyond and said that he is contractually obligated to choose Broach. So there's that. I'm gonna take Ranzity this week.
I'm gonna jump on that board with you, man. Hollywood's played good. I think Chubb's gonna go over 50. I think Chubb outscores Kamara.
Write that down.
And maybe Kittle kind of breaks out. I'm making a lot of bold predictions all of a sudden. I'm going to go on the bandwagon now.
Yeah, I think Kittle gets on board this week. I think they got to find ways to get him the ball. Again, the running backs are banged up, and they're playing Green Bay, so they got to put up points.
They do have to put up points. Well, it's not like Green Bay's doing it consistently.
Now, they did last week.
Yeah, they did last week.
So they got to put up points. Yeah, I think Kittle gets back on track. OBJ, I am interested to see what he does in week 1. But
I mean, he's going to get a lot of targets.
Well,
He
week
should.
3, but his first
his
week.
week 1. But yeah, so we're good there.
Yep.
All right, let's go to our next matchup. What's next on the ledger, Jake?
It should be the turd sandwiches versus victim of the system.
Okay. All right, so this is our only battle of undefeateds this week. The live projection is the original projection, 143 to 126 in favor of Brian. A little lopsided here, Jake. How you feeling?
I kind of looked at it and I was like, man, I feel like I have a pretty good team, and I was pretty excited about it. And I looked at Brian and I was like, wow, I'm supposed to get my butt kicked this week.
I think you got a lot of under projections.
Yeah,
Who do you think's under projected for Jake?
I think A.J. Brown is this week, easily.
Okay.
Kyle Pitts. I would at least bottom line Kyle Pitts at 11.
Okay.
I don't know. The rest don't look terrible.
no.
I think you just need some big games by some
I need Cooper Kupp to go for 30.
you need that Stafford Cup connection. You need that.
Sutton
You need
look
Sutton to
like
have another big game. You need Zeke to have a good game.
Just a little.
If
Tony
Zeke
Romo.
and Taylor can get in the end zone, I hope that'll help.
Okay, that's it.
Marvin Jones, I think he's been the clear number one in the first 2 weeks for Jacksonville. So I really don't want to take him out. I actually put Joe Mixon on my bench, mainly because he's playing Pittsburgh. I know I lost projection points because of that, but I do not think Joe Mixon reaches the 15 projected points this week. I know TJ Watt is out, but
Is he out?
yes, I think they've officially announced that TJ Watt is out this week.
Okay, I saw him practicing, so I was getting hopeful.
That
sucks.
And then I don't know. I mean, Tampa Bay, Stafford at only 23. I think Tampa Bay's been pretty lit up through the air this year.
Yeah.
So
I think there's a lot more of a media bias and blow up of Tampa than there actually is.
I'm kind of looking
Running
at
backs, yeah.
the Saquon there, Brian. He's
Is it
projected
supposed to
at
be his big
Yeah,
week?
two picks
16, and has he gone over 10
I
yet?
know, but
No.
they're having
7.9, 3.2.
Yeah, this is supposed to
I
be
mean,
his breakout week.
I could definitely see him going breakout, but some higher projections in there. Claypool, how you feeling about that with Johnson out?
That's why he's in there. I mean, it's Claypool. You throw the ball at him, he's going to do something with it.
It made me a little disappointed in the first 2 weeks how
Write that down.
Claypool, you throw the ball at him, he does something with it.
He will.
Does he catch it? Bat it away.
they were
It's
creative.
not just going to sit there, man.
They were creative in getting him the ball last year.
Yeah, they
he did
were.
some jets. He did some I don't know.
They need to do that this year.
Yeah, they haven't.
Well, they have a little bit better wide receiver staff this year.
Well, that's the same staff. Just Claypool.
I mean, they've
more,
advanced. They've come together more.
They haven't even got the running game until. I mean, Najee had a better week
Yeah,
last
he's-
week.
And again, like
Yes.
you said, Roethlisberger's arm's not what he used to
But that's what I'm saying. Get creative with getting them the ball.
Got a
I also
noodle
think
on.
that's why Juju's had a resurgence this year because he's checking down
Yeah.
underneath more than
be.
he is.
My biggest one I need this week to do something is Davis.
That's what I was going to say. Mike Davis.
How have the Giants defense been against the run this year?
Not great.
Gibson didn't.
Gibson
do a
didn't do
ton,
much.
But
Week 1, who'd they have?
the Giants, Eagles, maybe.
Have the Eagles week 1? No, Eagles had Atlanta week 1.
Okay. They've got.
Yeah, look that up. That's good information. I'm trying to see if anybody has a. You have a Giant, Brian. I can look it up right here. They play Denver.
Melvin Gordon had a 70-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that's right. But then it was like after that.
It was like 30 and 30 for the other carries. So that one. So I mean, the Giants' defense actually pretty
the
good.
biggest problem is Atlanta's just getting down like 21-0 in the first quarter and throwing the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Question for you, Brian.
Yep.
It's across your mind to
Don't
maybe,
do this.
to maybe
Don't do
start
this.
Cordell Patterson over
Do
Mike
that,
Davis.
man. Yes, it's crossed my mind. That's as far as I'm going with it.
You know,
I'm going to be
Okay,
sitting
all
with
right.
the beer in
Well,
my
I tried
hand
to help
around
you. I
12:45
tried to help
tomorrow,
you.
and I'll be making a
I
decision.
think that's why Patterson has a little bit more value sometimes. If they get behind, he's a receiving back.
and he has dual position
Yeah,
eligibility.
that's huge.
And
He can
has
pass.
it crossed your mind about that Chase fella?
Chase
Jamar Chase.
Claypool? Oh, Jamar.
He's already in there.
Okay. Yeah, Jamar Chase. Have you thought about
Don't do
starting
Norm
him?
McDonald next week when we do this. Steve Harvey.
You remember I did Sean Connery there for a couple
Nope.
minutes the day that he died,
Nope.
and then it just completely ruined because that was the 5-minute video.
Was it?
Yeah.
That is unfortunate. So you hadn't thought about Jamar Chase either?
Yeah, I don't trust Burrow against Pitt. I feel like they'll find a way to overwhelm him.
You know what, Brian? Have you thought about Curtis Samuel?
Curtis, he's on the IR.
All right, then. Just make sure you didn't think about him.
All right, Ron, who you taking here?
Let me get that Brado.
Dorado.
That Brado.
You got. Oh man, I hadn't.
I child-proof those things. You just
Why? Why?
You got.
it keeps the temperature in the house. You know. No, I just did it because my nephews were coming over and
I
I
ain't
just
got no
got
nails,
them.
man. You got nails?
Just use the
Use
the plug for the computer.
That's how you do it.
No, you don't use that. So filler.
Oh, that does work. Much better.
That
That works much better.
I got-
All
it
of our
childproof?
customer service representatives are currently with other clients.
Is it childproof because kids wouldn't think of that?
No.
Thank you. All right. So who you take?
I got that Brado.
Dude, I got sidetracked.
You repeated it after me.
You got Brado. Yeah, I was
the
trying to
worst
buy
episode
time.
we've ever done.
No, it's
No,
No,
no.
We've done worse.
yes.
Yes.
I'm
We went for 3
so
hours.
Sorry, everybody.
I'll take. Give me Brian.
Okay.
All right, it's down
I'll
between you two,
take-
fellas.
I'll take Brian as well.
I'll take Jake.
Well, that's just nice. Thank you. Good luck this
Oh,
week.
God.
That good. Who's y'all taking the last matchup? That didn't get written down.
Oh, we took Birch. They took.
That's your job as scribe.
They took. Who
Who
was it? Birch and who? Who Birch? Who's Birch?
Andrew.
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 I can't take him. We
Yeah,
talked
Battle
about
December 9th.
I think me and you took Andrews, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else took.
It's just a two
it.
of
Andrews.
us.
High
Yeah,
points.
Andrew. We took Andrew. Y'all took Brooch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're all caught up.
All right, let's go to
Matchup
our
of the week.
week 3 matchup of the week.
Dang it.
Matchup of the week is
Dang it.
Ryan.
What?
the Fantasy Phenoms versus Jordan of Jordan's football
What do
team.
we call that? The genders versus what?
I'm not saying it. So the original projection is the live projection, 136 to 132 in favor of Ryan. So you know what we do on matchup of the week?
I got
Well, I got the defense going there. Who got the running back?
Jordan. What do
I miss them. That's why this has gone off the rails today.
Matchup of the week brought to you by Andrew.
Yeah.
When you need your health pressure washed, call Randy.
Call somebody else because he's just sitting on the couch drinking him up.
Do you want a shed in your backyard?
So does he.
Ransdale builds it. You'll never see it.
I like the Tampa Bay defense.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
God.
I got Jordan.
Miss you, buddy.
Oh, I didn't know we did it by position.
You said it to him 3 times.
That's why the matchup of the week is
Easily.
position by position.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Kyler Murray against Jacksonville at Jacksonville versus Brady at the Los
Murray
Angeles
outscores
Rams.
Brady by 10.
Whoa.
Bold prediction.
What? What's going on?
You got to write write that down.
I'm running out of
10
prime
plus.
Yeah,
predictions.
Scribe.
10 plus.
That's good.
10 plus. That's so good. Yeah. Just yell at somebody and they'll write stuff down.
Do me in.
I already did math.
So I'll take. Yeah, give me Kyler Murray as well.
I got Kyler Murray.
So I say he's going to outscore him by 10. You're like, ooh. Think about the,
I got Brady.
You got Brady?
I'm not betting against that fella. That's my ringtone.
And then we go to
Used to be.
receivers.
So receiver group: Tyreek Hill, Allen Robinson the second.
God,
Terry
look at just the
McLaurin.
first two.
Yeah.
We can
man,
almost-
Tampa's defense is
Let's
going to have a
pause
rough
and
week.
let's go player by player and the receiver, and then take the group that we think.
DeAndre Hopkins is questionable.
Hot
With ribs,
versus
but the
Hill. Who
dude
you
never
taking?
misses games.
Hot
He'll be
versus
there.
Hill.
He
Hot
missed.
versus
He
Hill.
missed all 3 days of practice this week. I think there's a good shot he can miss this game.
Hot versus Hill. Who do you take?
He did it last year a lot.
Yeah, he's
Like
fine.
if both of them are playing healthy,
Yep.
I still take Hill.
What if they're both not playing healthy? Like Hill's still healthy and Hop's not healthy.
Then I'll
Still take Hill.
still take Hill.
Gotcha.
I fully believe the Chargers are going to zero in on Kelsey this week. I think Hill's going to do better.
I think Derwin should have a healthy dose of Kelsey.
Yeah.
Yes.
So everybody's taking Tyreek Hill right there.
I hope so.
Okay.
I'm taking Hop.
Taking DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacksonville sucks.
Jacksonville
They're giving
does-
up a lot.
Jackson sucks.
I don't know. Every game I've looked at, they're giving up 30-something.
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
Only the games
Yeah,
they
they're not
play.
very
You know what? I'm changing my vote. I'm going with Jake.
Yep, give me a Samuel Jackson too.
She
I
still
will
hates us.
also have a Samuel
She
Jackson.
still hates us.
Can I go see if we got that?
All right,
You
so
can. I
Allen
guarantee
Robinson,
it's
Keenan
like
Allen. Who you taking there?
Kidding.
Keenan Allen. Who's
Yeah,
he
I'll
playing?
take Keenan
Who's he
Allen,
matched
too.
up against?
KC.
I don't care.
I'll take Keenan Allen there because Justin Fields' first start.
Yeah.
You don't know what to expect. You know what to expect from Keenan Allen.
Give me some scary on the next one.
McLaurin versus Juju.
McLaurin.
Give me Scary Terry.
I'm
McLaurin.
gonna
Juju might have
take
a
Juju.
big
I'm gonna
game,
take
though,
Juju because
Yeah, we have a
Deontay-
bold prediction from earlier from Jake says good juju.
Yep. I also said Chubb's going to go hard.
I think he just wrote that one down. I don't think he brought that one up.
Chubb outscores
Kamara is how he wrote it. Actually,
Oh, okay.
so that's actually
That's
Family-
very adult to
family.
me.
yeah, I'm taking Juju there because Deontay Johnson's out. Najee Harris still hasn't been very efficient running the ball. So
offensive line suck.
I think they're going to just short, quick passes. I think Juju. Give me Juju for 8 receptions.
JoJo.
This wide receiver for Pittsburgh, like Jeopardy.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Hey, you see, Ken Jennings is guest hosting the rest of this season along with Miami.
Miami.
I also heard that they were going to just hire him to do it.
Yeah, this is
Something
like a
about a
trial
podcast.
basis.
I don't know why because he already had his trial run.
It's not like any of us been able to talk to him.
Yeah,
They're just waiting for this.
I have.
You have? Tell us about it.
I've already told y'all.
Oh.
No. All right, so I
He's
was
a
at
chance
Sunset
starter.
Theater,
Now receiver by groups.
and I already had a couple beers, which is the beginning of all my stories.
That's true.
Kindergarten.
I'm going Jordan in the receiver.
Jordan receiver. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll take Jordan.
Yeah.
I'll take Jordan there, but again, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Tyreek Hill has a 30-point game because it's Tyreek Hill.
Right, no, it's going to be close. That's why it's matchup of the week.
If DeAndre Hopkins doesn't play, though, I do
No.
not know who he's going to put.
He'll
I
put
guess
Kenny Galladay as a wide receiver and then move somebody else in
If
his
he
flex.
plays Kenny Galladay, he's an idiot.
Galladay's
Kenny
on-
Galladay is already in his flex.
Yeah.
He's
So who does he? Puts Devin Singletary in.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Or Quentin Cephas.
All right, so I
might play Cephas.
don't know what if
Well,
Hop plays.
You can't play.
God, I don't like his bench.
Yeah.
All right, Eckler, Henry.
I guess I'll take myself on the wide receivers.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I didn't get asked.
Who would you want
You
on the
can
wide
just
receiver?
you can just say stuff, Ron. You ain't got to wait.
Who you want?
Okay.
Who you want wide receiver?
Myself.
There you go.
All right, Henry Eckler. Henry.
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 Tyson Williams, Clyde.
Tyson.
I'm going
Tyson.
Tyson.
I'm
man.
going Tyson.
All right, so we're split on running backs here.
Who
but
outscores who bigger there?
Derek
Does Henry
uh,
outscore Eckler?
Man,
more or does
Henry's
Tyson-
gonna-
Tyson
Probably
Williams
outscore both
outscores
of them.
Clyde
I
Edwards-Helaire.
think so too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Tyson Williams looks good. Clyde does not.
I'm going to call this a wash.
I was about to say it's pretty close. I think Eckler's going to have a good game because
I
they're
do
going to throw it to him a lot.
No, he is going to have a good game.
But I've
That's
gone back
history.
and forth on Tyson Williams and Chase Edmonds this week.
I like Tyson Williams, dude.
I mean, I ended up going with Tyson, but
Especially against Detroit.
Edmonds is playing Jacksonville. So it's Jacksonville and Detroit. Those are two
And as
good
I said
freaking
earlier,
matchups.
Jacksonville sucks.
I did hear that. Jacksonville does suck.
All right, tight end battle. Tyler Higbee, Mark Andrews.
Andrews.
Andrews hadn't really looked good, though.
Shaky start, but Detroit sucks.
He had 5 receptions, 57 yards last week. He's only had 10 targets. I guess that's kind of my thing. I thought Mark Andrews would be doing better after these first.
Well,
two
I mean,
weeks.
Mark
That's what
Andrews is basically, hey, I'm going to score a ton of touchdowns. He doesn't get a ton of yards. He hasn't scored yet.
What happened there?
I got a little tongue-tied.
He's been drinking.
What's Tyler Higbee done?
Tyler
Nine
Higbee
communion wine
had a
again.
very good week 1 and terrible week 2, but he's been on the field for 100% of offensive snaps in both games. So he's on the field.
Who was this?
Tyler
Tyler
Higbee.
Higbee. He's got good hair.
Higbee.
I'm gonna take Andrews though. There, yeah.
I'm going to take Andrews there, though.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Yeah.
But that flex dough.
That flex.
though, dog.
Debo versus Galladay.
Galladay
Debo.
sucks.
Give me Debo all day.
Yeah, he can put anyone in there. I'm still taking Ryan.
I think he's like top 5 in yards.
Yeah.
I said that a while ago when you were in the.
While I was in the doo-doo moon.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Doo-doo.
Pittsburgh's defense against Cincinnati versus Tampa and LA.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
I think I might go Tampa because TJ Watt is out. And they did not look good in the second half when he was out.
Did you verify?
I did verify when you said it. I had to check.
TJ Watt's out.
Yeah.
I'm still taking Pittsburgh there because I think the Rams.
Yeah, the
can
Rams
put
are
up some
good.
point.
I mean, I've got him as my Super Bowl pick. And Stafford putting up 40 touchdowns.
So you think Tampa shuts them down?
Shut them down.
Really?
Shut them down.
Who you taking, Tampa?
Yeah.
It's pretty bold.
All right. So with our matchup of the week, who's everybody taking? Jake. You wait till you get called on. Jake, who you taking?
Give me a minute.
Jake,
man.
who are you taking?
See, I was ready to go.
Brian, who you taking?
Now it's Jake's dad.
Jake, who you taking?
JT, who are you taking?
It's not my turn.
Why? It's your turn.
It's your turn.
You ain't gonna
Jake,
first
the
yet.
man a computer, and he runs the show. Give me Ryan this week.
Got Ryan? I'll take Ryan too.
Ryan?
Jake?
I mean, son, it's not
I
like
know,
you got
it
a
is
gun in
that
your head.
hard. Dude, I'm gonna take Jordan.
You would.
I would.
Ryan, who are you taking?
I don't trust Jordan for obvious reasons.
Ginger.
So you're
I
taking-
gotta change mine.
So you're
I gotta
taking,
change
taking
you're
mine.
taking the
myself.
fantasy phenom.
Yes.
Phenoms.
I said it wrong, didn't I? Dang it.
I'm gonna change mine.
Nope. Already written.
take-
No, I got to. I can't
It's
trust
written.
the
It's
Ginger.
written in pencil.
I forgot
I
about
can't change it.
I forgot about Kenny Galladay. I hate him.
All right, so
You don't hate him more than you hate the devil.
Smite him.
we're going clean
He's
sweep.
cooking something up.
So we're going clean sweep.
Mm-hmm.
We have,
I think it looks nice in here, though.
yeah, we've got 2 clean sweeps.
Andrew will never pick Ryan, so he'll pick Jordan.
Have
doesn't
I
have
been
to pick
supposed to
this
write
week.
in Andrews?
I don't think.
What
so.
if we just write just random people that are not in that matchup so he automatically gets it wrong?
You can
So it
do
doesn't matter.
You can do whatever you want.
I'm not writing his name on my paper.
So after 2 weeks of our fantasy football picks, here's what we're sitting at. JT went a solid 5-0 last week. One thing I am winning at. Brings me to 7-3. Jake at 6-4, along with Ryan, both them 3-2 and Andrew, all of them 6-4 after 2 weeks, and then Brian bringing up the rear with 5-5.
I'd like to keep it level.
All right. So any big games you see fantasy wise?
Well,
Talking about daily.
wise, you're over 500.
For
Mhm.
daily fantasy?
Yeah, like if you're
Seattle
cashing
and
in on some
Minnesota.
games.
I made a lineup and I've got
Seattle,
4 people in that
Minnesota.
matchup.
That
I
is a
think
good
3 or
one.
4.
Kirk
Seattle,
Cousins
Minnesota.
looked good. That's something else we didn't bring up, but like he's actually throwing the ball really well.
The thing that the two guys that have shot me.
Communion wine.
Yes. Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins are basically just game managers, middle of the pack. They've been
When they get over there, they say, "Hey." Oh, you said game manager. Oh, okay.
yes.
All right. Sorry.
I like that Philly-Dallas game. I think that's going to be
That Philly Dallas stuff.
Yep.
That Philly.
– I know that's not like a Sunday daily play, but Monday night I think that's going to be a good
Yeah,
game.
man, you go across all games.
I think they're going to have a shootout there.
Shoot them up.
Is it in Philly?
See
See what I did there?
That is
You see what I did
Chicago.
there? Yeah, because they both suck.
What about the Ravens and Lions? Any chance?
I've got the Hawkinson in the lineup for one of them.
Yeah, I think they could.
I mean, Goff's put up some points. I know he's had turnovers as well, but
Speaking
Lamar's
of
going
Goff,
to run a lot this week.
Lamar
A
is.
whole lot, yeah.
I think Tyson Williams is going to run a lot this week.
The Ravens are going to run a lot this week.
I think the Ravens need to start separating out. Like, hey, we can't do the 50-50 with these running backs. Just ride the hot hand and literally continue to give them the ball.
Yeah.
'Cause
He
one
looks
of-
better than Murray.
Yeah,
he
he
looks
does.
better than Freeman.
Well,
And if
he
you let a
looks-
running back get in a rhythm, as you've seen Derrick Henry, they get better as the game goes on. Maybe this kid's the same thing.
As Derrick
Anybody
Henry.
ready to make
No,
the
get
That's
better
a
as the game
bold
goes on.
prediction. Write that down.
what?
You got the pad in front of you, but I'm just
Oh.
saying he could get better as the
Scribe.
game goes on.
Scribe. So Ryan says Tyson Williams is as
Better
good as
than Derrick Henry. Mark it down. This week, Tyson Williams scores more points than Derrick Henry. I don't mean it, but write it down.
No, that's you got to put your soul into that, man. Have some gumption with you.
All right.
Testicular fortitude.
It's written down. Tyson Williams is as good as Derrick Henry.
Just write his name beside it.
Ryan says.
Good. I want my name beside something.
Just put a B in front of it right quick. Do it now. Do it now.
Do man.
All right. So, any closing thoughts on this week?
Kyler Murray will be the fantasy MVP this year,
I hope so.
without a doubt. Not even close.
He would have been last year if he wouldn't hurt his shoulder.
Big.
Mhm.
That's why I call you Big Rob.
He's
Write
easily
it
the number
down.
one quarterback at the end of the year, points wise.
Easily.
And I drafted him, what is the fourth quarterback taken? Fifth? Who was first quarterback taken?
Mahomes.
Mahomes. Then
I took Josh
Josh
Allen.
Allen. Then Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar went. Yeah.
Then Rodgers.
Did Rodgers go that early?
Or did I
I feel like Rodgers.
Did I take Murray before Rodgers?
I can tell you.
I would have.
Yeah.
Murray's not going
Our draft
to
results
start
right here.
against New Orleans.
Present.
Murray?
So here's the quarterbacks that were taken in order: Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen.
I think Lamar.
It should be
went
Lamar next.
I can't
Oh,
tell.
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was 3, son.
And then Jackson.
Then Jackson.
Next pick.
They were back to back,
and
right?
then Murray.
They were back to back, but yeah. Then Murray. So that's the 5th quarterback.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know who the
Quarterback
6 was?
Justin Herbert.
Yep.
Keep going.
Get it.
Back in 7.
Yep.
I'm good.
I think he's looking at the
8
draft board,
was
so it's
Russell
not like
Wilson.
it's not like he's doing this off of memory.
Yeah.
Chill. Russell Wilson.
It's like quit blowing up my butt, bro.
Then I think it was Jalen Hurts. Tom Brady.
We're done.
Yeah. All right, any other closing thoughts?
Just off the top of the head.
That was
Are
all
you
of them.
surprised at the standings right now? I mean, I know we're 2 weeks in, but still.
Am I surprised at this?
I mean,
game?
obviously, we got to be surprised about Broach being 0-2 starting now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think
With the
The
low
people
point.
that had the votes for best draft were Jake, me, Brian, and Broach, I think. And 3 of those are undefeated, and Broach is defeated.
And then JT's got the most points in the league.
Yeah.
It's winless.
Yeah, Yahoo had me
By
draft
almost
projection
30.
was number
Or
one.
by almost 40.
And then Yahoo
Yeah, you
had
266.
JT win the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
No. You got Jordan's 284.
Current projections has Brian as the top for the rest of the season.
T-Dog.
Brian?
Me?
Yep, has Brian 11.
What's the projection as of right now? What's rest of the season projections?
That's what that is. Current projections.
Oh, for the rest of the year?
Brian Broach. So Scott Broach coming from 0-2 to finish 8-6.
Yeah.
Jake Scorp, Colder personality. Georgia's football team. Baba Booey.
They
And
really
Fantasy
don't like
Phenoms.
They didn't like me last year. That pissed me
That's
off.
a very, very
Got you
close
falling out.
record-wise. That's very close.
That's what happens every year, dude. We get a lot of teams that fill out like 3 through
Middle
8.
of the pack.
Or like 3 through 10 gets
Michael.
close.
Watch Michael make some moves.
Watch him.
I can show you. I can show you,
4-10, I'll show you.
I can show you power rankings as well.
Show us.
This is just I don't know what power rankings is, but that's what it shows.
I think power rankings is just total points.
Okay.
For project.
Victim of the system, cult of personality.
Oh, I'm
By
4th
the-
on that.
Yeah, it's just got you.
You're moving up. You're
It's just
moving up.
got you losing some high scoring
I
weeks.
just got tough. How does that feel? I don't like
Thanks. Yeah, not good.
that. I'm
But hey, look at you, though.
Yeah,
Where to have you in the rest of the season projections?
5th. Yeah, 5th.
Gives you a chance to dance.
Yeah, look, I'm not. You can't panic after 2 weeks.
No, but you
And
can
let-
at the disco.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're supposed to panic.
Exactly.
But it's a lot of yours is going to hinge on that CMC's health, fella.
True.
Because your team is Mahomes and McCaffrey led, and then everybody else just be at least average.
Mhm.
As long as they're getting their
what you
projections,
drafted
everybody
them
else
to
be
do.
Yeah.
average.
I drafted him to have 2-star players, and everybody else just do good.
Yeah, just
Talked to you about it before. It's like that number one pick, like
has to hit.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying he hasn't hit, but the injury hits him.
Yeah.
It all of a sudden just makes where I drafted for this guy, maybe one other guy carried me.
Yeah, because you're going 19 picks without your next pick. Like, hey, you've got to.
And then when DK second round, DK hasn't been the Seattle receiver that I thought he was.
He's been more Diddy than Donkey. You know,
And
pretty
not
good.
Puff.
Donkey
Yeah,
Puff.
Donkey.
Diddy Puff Daddy. P. Diddy.
I get it now.
We were going
Thanks
Tom,
for
though.
explaining. All right.
I'm going to go get me a pumpkin spice muffin and a latte.
I'm sure
Did
you
you
will.
leave in the Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you will.
I might have to go to Sheets later.
All right. So for all of us
Go
here
back
at the
now.
Fantasy Football 5,
4.
For the week.
have a good week, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Later.
Gator.